Good morning Year 4 and welcome to Monday's maths lesson. This lesson is going to be for the children with the Year 4 booklet. Okay, so if you have got this booklet here, then this video is for you. I would like you to turn to page 6 in your booklet, and that's going to be your learning for today. Now we only want you to complete one page per day because each of the videos will correlate with each of the pages that we are looking at. So page 6 looks like this. And today we are going to be adding. Okay, so that's the operation we're going to be using. We've got 4 operations. We've got adding, subtracting, multiplying and dividing. And today we're going to be looking at adding. Now, on section 1, you have got a question which says to write the number in each box. And what we want is 1,000 more than that number. On a whiteboard, I put my own number into a place value chart, which we were looking at last week. Here is my place value chart. If we want 1,000 more, then we are going to be looking in this column here. So we won't be changing any of these digits, only the digits in this column, because those are your thousands. If I want 1,000 more, then I need to add another 1 onto this 2. So 2 add 1 would be 3. So that's the next 1,000 that comes after 2,000 is 3,000. So that's the column that I am changing. So I've got my 3 in my thousands column. I'm not going to change any of these numbers because I just need the thousands to change. We want 1,000 more. So I'll keep my 400, I'll keep my 80, and I'll also keep my 9. 1,000 more than 2,489 would be 3,489. Now in your books, you have got 6 questions for you to complete, and these are all 1,000 more. Okay, so you can see it says 1,000 more. You're going to complete section 1 and pause the video. When you finish section 1, you're going to press play, and then we'll move on to section 2 of your learning. Okay, so hopefully we have finished section 1. We're going to move on to section 2. Now this is also adding, but we won't be using a place value chart this time. Here on section 2, you have got 4 calculations which you need to complete. And it is using column addition. That's the method that we can use. There are different methods that we can use for adding, and in this section, on section 2, it's going to be using column addition. Now I have written out the first question on my whiteboard here. So the question is 687 add 129. Now, can you see that my numbers are lined up correctly? And that's really important that when you are writing it in your books or on paper, that your numbers are lined up correctly. Now, this time they're already done for you. Okay, but it is important to remember that these numbers, whatever's in your ones column, needs to be in line, whatever's in your tens column in line, and so on. So the first thing we need to do is start off on this section in our ones column. So we always start from the right and move up towards the left. So this is the calculation we need to do. 7 add 9, or 9 add 7. You can also do the reverse in addition and you will still get the same answer. It's not the same for subtraction, but in addition we can do this. So we need to do 7 add 9. Now 9 is really close to 10. And if I wanted to add 10 onto 7, that'd be really easy and really quick for me to do in my head. So if ever we get a number which is 9, we can use the rule where we add 10 and then we take off 1. And it's just a quick and easy way for us to do it. So 7 add 10 is 17. But then the rule is we need to take away 1. So 17 subtract 1. It's the number that comes before 17, which would be 16. Now we're not going to do that. We can't squeeze in numbers. There's only one number which is allowed in each section, just one. And if we have got a 2-digit number for our answer, we can't put both digits in that section. What we would do is carry over the 10 into the next column, and we would keep our ones in the same place. Okay, so the answer was 16. I've carried my 1 and my 6 has gone into my ones column. Next, we need to do exactly the same. 8 add 2. So 8 add 2, 8 in your head, 9, 10. So 10 is my answer. However, this time we have carried over a 10. So I need to do 10 add another 1. So 10 add 1 is 11. So I can cross that off because I've added that. I don't want to get myself confused. So 11, so I need to do 11 like that. Remember, I can't put both in there, only one digit is allowed. So I need to carry over my 1 and then my other 1 from 11 goes in that box there. And finally, onto my final column, I'm going to do 6 add 1, which is 7. Now I'm not going to do that. And if you're with somebody, can you tell them why I'm not going to put 7 here? So I've missed something out. So I've missed my 1 that I carried over previously. So actually, 6 add 1 is 7. However, don't forget your extra 1. I need to add another 1 onto 7, which would make 8. And question 1 for this section is now done for you. 687 add 129 equals 816. So now in your books you're going to complete section 2 and then you're going to resume back to the video ready for section 3. Okay, so hopefully we are ready for section 3 of our learning. Section 3 is going to be quite similar to section 1. So you can see on section 3 it says 1000 cm more than 6342 cm. Cm, as we know, we might have seen this quite often when using a ruler, and it stands for centimetres. Can you tell somebody who's next to you how many centimetres there are in 1 metre? How many centimetres are there? Okay, so there's 100 centimetres in 1 metre. Now here you need to write in the answer to the sum. So we're adding again. And just like before, we were doing 1000 more. We are now doing the same here, but we are using different units of measurement. You can see for A, we've got cm, which is centimetres. For B, we've got ml. ml stands for millilitres, and millilitres are what we measure for the capacity of a liquid in a container. So you might have millilitres written on the side of a jug so that you can measure how much liquid is in that container. And then finally, for C, you've got a G. G stands for grams, and grams is a measurement for is a unit for measuring weight. So at the top we've got length, capacity, and weight. And you are going to be doing the same as before, where we're looking at 1000 more. So you're going to be looking in that thousands column and adding on another thousands. What's the next 1000 that comes after there, after the 6? Remember, your hundreds, tens and ones stay the same. But I do want to see on your learning, which you send in, the correct unit of measurement. So when we've written our answer in here, Remember, we are measuring in centimetres, so you still need to put cm at the end. And the same for B, which is ml, millilitres, and for C, which is G, 4 grams. So you're going to complete section 3 in your books, ready for the final part of our lesson for section 4. So you can pause the video now. Okay, section 4. Section 4 is something that some of you might not have seen before. And these are what we called addition squares. So there are 3 addition squares. Can you see? So in your books, this one here has been done for you, and you've got 2 more for you to complete at home in your book. Now, to make it easier, what I've done is done my own addition square, and it's the one for B which you need to do. So we're going to do B together, and then you're going to do the final one independently by yourself. Now you can see that there's a shaded part in your book of the addition square. I can't shade the whiteboard, so what I've done is I've circled. The shaded part, or the circled part that I've done, is the answers. Okay, these are all answers to number sentences. And these sections, which are not shaded, are numbers which add together to create the answer. To work this out, I might need to be using subtraction to work out my answer. So, for example, 365, add something which we don't know yet, makes 650. That is one of my number sentences which I need to find out. Now, to do this, to work out that missing number, what I could do is subtract 365 from 650. So we can do that using column subtraction. Okay, so we've got 650, and we're going to subtract 365. Now we've learnt this in September, so we're all up to date with how to complete a column subtraction. So we start on this side in the ones column. 0, take away 5. So if I had 0 sweets, could I take away 5 of them? No, I couldn't. So I need to go on and knock on next door. So I cross off my 5. My 5 turns to 4. And I carry over that 10. Now I've got 10 sweets. 10 sweets, and I want to take away 5 of them. So it's 10 take away 5, which we know is 5. Moving on to my next column. 4 take away 6. I've got 4 sweets. Can I take 6 of them away? No, I can't because I haven't got enough. So I'm going to do the same again. Knock on next door, take away 1 of my 100, so my 600 turns to 5, and I carry that 100 over here. So now I've got the number 14. Okay, so you can see that a bit better there, 14. I need to do 14 take away 6. Okay, 14 take away 6. Can you do that mentally in your head? That will give you the number 8. Now finally, on my next section, I've got 5 take away 3. So let's imagine you've got 5 sweets, you take 3 of them away. How many do you have left? 2. So 285 is my answer. Now let's come back to my addition square. I said to work out what the missing number was, I could get the answer, subtract one of these, which I only had this one, so I did 650 take away 365, and it would give me my missing number. What was my missing number? It was 285. We've got 285. 5. Now, this would mean that 285 add 365 would equal 650. Brilliant. One of my lines is done. Now I'm going to come to this section here, because this is a circled one, or it would be a shaded one in your book, and this means that this is the answer. To work out what the answer is, I can now add these two numbers together. So 285 add 535 would give me my answer. Okay? And then you have got this section here to do, which you would then again do your subtraction. So you could do 840 and subtract 365, which would give you your missing number. So hopefully we know how to use the subtraction squares. So I've done half of one for you, and then you're going to complete that by yourself, and then you've got one more to do by yourself as well. Please remember to only complete one page per day, because that would mean that all of your videos are linking up to the page that you are doing. So for today, we're doing page 6. All of your work needs to be sent into the Year 4 email address, and then we can mark your work and give you some feedback. Good luck, everybody.